Okay, this is a common mistake that's being made time and time again, and it's poor communication from either the installer checklist or the FSR doing the walk, and it's just being typed up wrong as from the CSA. As you can see, that's the hardware that has to be installed. This is the hardware that has to be installed on these drawers. This is the hardware that's on the entire order. So to the CSA, if they just go into the system and it says, oh, you know, missing hardware in master bath, which is probably what was written on either both the installer checklist and the quality walk, the CSA doesn't know that the reason that it's missing is because these pulls don't fit on these drawers. If you look at it, open it up, show you why. The pull will hit the sides. There you can see it plain as day why you can't use this pull for this tiny little drawer. So it looks like it fits, but there's no place to drill and put the screw. So that's when you have to use a knob. So a knob gets used and you try to match it. This is an H316. It's the same material and finish. So the ticket was replace all, or add the 8 pieces of hardware. It's actually 6. There's 4 here and there's a bathroom upstairs. And luckily I carry hardware with me, so I had 6 of these. I had just 6 of these. So I'll replace them. But this is a mistake that's made time and time again. As a CSA and you're watching this video, what can you do? If it's written on the installer checklist that it's just missing hardware and you're just checking in the system and blasting through all your emails and looking at stuff, you're probably just going to make this mistake. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. But if you're an FSR and you're watching this, you need to put down the reason why it's missing the hardware. Hardware is missing in master bath because poles were too big, need knobs, need matching knob. Even if you don't know the knob, you got to write that down. That's key, or else this would have been a busted trip other than the other items that are on the ticket. But this is a mistake that's made quite a bit, and the more communication, the better. There's no such thing as too much communication. So you can say it over and over and over again, and as long as it gets it right, then it's less busted trips. So this was worth a short video. Just wanted to go through it with you. But okay, another quick short video. This is an escutcheon patch, and I'm going to show you what we do with them. This is why we need them. All the gas lines and cooktop cabinets. This is a Sink Base 33 used as a cooktop. When the installer does the install, you can see this shutoff valve is already on, and you can see how big this is. So he has to cut the hole so he can slip the cabinet over the gas line. This creates a pretty gnarly, nasty looking hole and very unappealing to the homeowner. So that's why we use the escutcheon patch. I'm going to show you what I do with it and what it looks like afterwards. Apparently these are expensive, but this is an ideal piece of material to fix something like this. If the shutoff valve wasn't there and it was just a round hole, the installer could drill a hole and it would mirror pretty good and you don't even need the patch, but that's not the case. The gas is usually always on, and the shutoff valves are already on the gas lines in the house at the stage of construction when the cabinet's being installed. So let me show you what we do. In my tool belt, I carry a pair of scissors. And all I do is I take the escutcheon patch, I make sure the grain is running the same way in the cabinet. I kind of eyeball it, I just kind of look at it, and I cut, I'll try to do this so you can see it, I cut the patch. The distance from here to here is from the back of the wall to where the gas line starts, and then I just cut a circle with my scissors, like that. If we go down here, the first thing I do is test it before I peel it away, and that's a good fit. So I take the scrap, I always throw it down the hole, and then I peel the back. And this stuff is very, very sticky. I mean, once you put it down, it sticks. I also stuff my garbage down there. I don't know why I do that, but I do. And I just kind of line that thing up. It's kind of like arts and crafts. And that's it. Just stick it down, and you can see it looks a lot better. And nobody complains about that. And that's what we do and how to install an escutcheon patch. All right, another quick video here on how to adjust a drawer that's not level. Here you can see the door, you can see the gap here is a lot thinner than it is here. And this is kind of parallel, but I think if you just raise that up a little bit, it would be flush with the false front. And maybe adjust this door down a little bit, but I'm going to show you how to do that. It's a real quick fix. It doesn't take long, but it makes a world of difference. I mean, you don't have to be an expert to see that that drawer looks crooked. So here's how we fix it. It's real fast, and let's go through it. Okay, there's two things I'm going to do to correct this. One is I'm going to pull the drawer out. I'm going to raise this glide up about 1/16 of an inch. And how I do that is I remove the screw, and as you can see, the glide wasn't even connected to the back of the cabinet. That's why it fell out. That slides in there like that. And then all I do is you can see where it was from the hole. I raise it up about 1/16 of an inch. I return the screw to the center hole instead of the top hole, because if two holes are close to each other, it'll have a tendency to drop into the other one. The other thing I'm going to do is, I don't like that alone. It's going to correct it a lot. It's actually a little higher now than the false front, but you can see the difference in that. The other thing I was going to do is just raise this up a little bit, but I don't even think it needs it because that's nice and parallel now. But now the drawer looks parallel, and it doesn't matter that one glides a little higher than the other. You can't tell that this drawer, when you're up here and you're putting all your stuff in there, you can't tell that the drawer, the box itself, is not level. You want that to cosmetically be level as you look at the cabinet overall. And it's a real quick fix. It's easy. I've had some techs that they move these screws to try to move the face of the drawer. That's a huge mistake. It just takes up so much time, and not to mention that there's a hole drilled for your hardware, so you would have to enlarge the hole, and just trying to get this thing to twist is not the way to do it. The best way is just to raise that glide like I showed you, and it's a quick fix, and that's it.